Okay, so first and foremost, we should probably go over what rotations are and what every position, I guess you could say, what their job is. So in twos, you basically have first man and second man. The first man's job is simply to attack the ball, put pressure on the opposing team, and try to score. The second man's job is to wait for passes, intercept the ball if needed. Their job is also to defend the net. So basically, first man pressures the ball and tries to start a play on the opponent's net, looking for passes to the second man if need be. And the second man's job is to receive those passes, take the first man's position when the first man rotates back, and also to protect their net from getting scored on. So realistically, the second man's job is more important than the first, in my opinion. So if we go through the replay, I'm first man. I notice, and since this is the second time recording this, you do this a lot. You don't cheat up or grab boost. In twos, I generally like to tell people that they should cheat up on every kickoff. And what cheating up means is just moving up to a point where you can attack the ball after it's 50'd at the kickoff. To cheat up in this position, you're going to typically go to this boost pad maybe just a little bit further about this position. That way, if it gets a 50 or it kicks to either side, you can play off of the ball. If you're the type of player that prefers the boost, which, like I said, it's not my recommended, I prefer that people cheat, you're going to grab the boost on the side of the player that's taking the kickoff. So if you notice, I'm on the left-hand side here for this kickoff, meaning you're going to take the back left boost, because odds are, after the 50, I'm going to go for one of the mids, depending on what side I land on, or I'm going to rotate and grab a back corner if they're going to beat me there or if the ball favors our side. So we take the kickoff. You don't cheat up. It goes far left. So had you have cheated, you can then I mean, you're right here. You can start to pressure this ball and wait for his touch and put pressure on his touch. Right now, because nobody's there, Optimus Pine can do whatever he wants. So I beat, what's this guy's name? Picked Painter. I picked Painter, or I beat Painter to the mid boost, so he's boost starved right now. He's gonna go for back left more than likely. You're still way out of this play, so Optimus Pine has everything. I mean, all the space in the world to do what he wants. In my head, just because I'm used to playing twos at my rank, I expect you to be chasing this ball. If I would have known that you weren't, I would have grabbed this boost and I would have turned to the right to attack the ball. Instead, I turned to the left because I think you're attacking. Once I turn to the left, I realize you're not on the ball and they have full control, so I kind of half rotate and stay close to you. You missed the touch. Because I expected you to get the touch here, I rotate mid net as opposed to back post, and because of that, I missed the save. So it's kind of both of our faults. You for missing the touch and me for not rotating back post that we got scored on there. So you go for boost. If you notice, I'm cheating up to where I told you. I get that first boost pad. I flip into it. You can just drive into it. Flipping's a little bit more efficient, but like I said, you can just drive into it. And then I'm sitting here waiting to see where this pinch 50 is going. I see that it's going to the right, so I instantly attack it. You hit the brakes here just because you think you're going to bump me. You had time to get through. You didn't have to hit the brakes. I'm jumping, so you could have just continued to go for the boost. I purposely didn't get this boost to give it for you. I think you realize that and you go for it here. Um, the big thing to remember in twos is you don't just want one touch and then leave it up to the person behind you. You kind of, as soon as you get that touch, you have the forward momentum to be able to attack the ball again. So if you notice, I flip into this ball to get a bang to clear it away. And then I have all the forward momentum, so I'm playing myself up to see what he's doing. I'm waiting for his touch to see what he does. And your second man, I know if it's over me, it's your ball. He centers it, so I know it's your ball. As soon as I know it's your ball, I see you coming at it, I just rotate out of the way. You take the shot. I notice that the shot's off and it's going left. I notice that this guy is facing right. So the big thing too is to try to keep in mind what everybody else on the field is doing. I notice that the ball is going to the left. This guy is facing right, so there's no easy way for him to do it. So all I'm trying to do is get a touch and control it. Send it to the corner. He backflips back, so it puts him in a better position to attack it. You kind of get a little close here. Was it just where you landed? Yeah, it's just where you landed. You could have cut to the right. Left isn't necessarily bad. When you cut here, you should be driving down the center and grabbing this little center boost pad line. So 12, 24, 36, 48, and then you can cut to the side that the ball's on, left or right, and you've got full boost. You don't need to go for 100 here. You flip back. which gets you 1 penny. You get 2 pennies on the way back. So instead of taking it down the mid and getting 50 boost, you opted for 24 boost because of the routing that you took. So just be mindful of where you can rotate to still be effective and get yourself more boost. Not to mention, you didn't see it because you were rotating back, but I take control of this ball. I take it up the wall. I have full control of this ball to do whatever I want. In this position, it's very hard for me to score, so I'm looking for a pass here. Unfortunately, you are nowhere to be found for a pass. You're all the way back at our goal, where you should be around here midline. Okay? So I control the ball up and over. I send a pass down to net for you to shoot in. Look at how far away you are from the play. There's nothing that you can do about it. Ball goes to them. I realize you're not there for the pass, so I'm just rotating back. I rotate back, get behind you as second man. I see that you're going up and you miss, so I attack the ball, make it awkward for him so they can't take a shot. Waiting for you to rotate back, cut the ball off again, just bang it away to give us a little bit more time. So now he's hitting, you're in net, I'm here attacking. Where you creep up is fine. The reason I leave this ball for you is you'll see that I hit this mini pad, I'm here, this ball is over my head. I can't aerial up and hit that fast enough, I can't do anything. So I'm going to rotate back to second man, giving this ball to you. As soon as you see first man flipping back or rotating back, that's your go to go hit the ball. So I rotate back, I'm waiting for your touch, you miss it, so I just take control of it and slow it down so we can regroup. Letting you play. You go for the next touch there and miss it. I rotate back and just bang it downfield on net. As soon as I get this touch, I'm out of the play. It's downfield. You should be racing to this ball as fast as physically possible. Weird touch to the side. I'm just waiting. The reason I'm waiting here is you're committed still. They're both here to do something with the ball. You're in the way. You're in my path to do anything with the ball. If I was to aerial up, if I was to attack this, if I was to drive forward and try to jump up and do a low aerial, if I was to go for a 50, anything I do here is you and I both committed in the corner, which leaves this entire side of the field open for them to score on us. So I have to wait for you to get out of the way and see what you're going to do before I can attack this ball. As soon as I see you're out of the way, then I can go up for it. I go up and I get the 50. You kind of cut here. You would have been better just to grab this mid boost. I left it for you. So you're better to grab this mid boost and then make a play on the ball. Instead, you instantly power slide down the wall to try to get back in the play. So you're making the mistake that I waited to avoid. You're going straight in because I'm fully committed in this 50, and now you're here. So if they bang this ball, if you're not the first to it, if it's a bad 50, if it's a pinch, if anything sends it towards our net, there's nowhere or nobody to defend our net. Plus, you see it gets pinched to the right. If you would have grabbed this mid boost and you would have routed over to the mid, you would have had a perfect shot on net with this ball. Instead, now it's just everybody rushing to get it. I rotate back. You get a big 50. Okay, once again, I had a ton of time to go up for this ball, right? You get the 50. I can go up for it here. I can pre-jump it. I can wait for it to come down a little bit. But I can't do anything because you're sitting right here. Once again, back to what I said before, if I go for it, we're both committed in their net, and there's nobody defending. So I have to wait for you to move out of the way. I see you turning. I'm waiting to make sure that you're going back. It bounces as soon as I see you turn around. That is a signal to me that you're going to rotate back. So as soon as I see that you're in a position to rotate back, I go up for the ball, and I just beat them for the goal. So kickoff, my kickoff, you do the same mistake as before, where you just kind of sit in net and wait. Your spacing here is perfect. How you're following the play, that's good. Going to the left there, probably not the best idea. You could have stayed mid. If you were mid, you would have had a better shot on it. Kind of going away from here and creating more space was unneeded. But you go for the ball. You notice that I'm rotating back, so it was fine for you to go there. You miss, so I'm just rotating back. I notice that you're rotating, so I have to wait and see how this play develops. He hits it to me. I get a 50. You're in net, so that's your ball. The reason I didn't do anything for this is you're in net. That is your ball. I'm out of the play. You both miss. I have more than enough time, so I just hit it over one, and this is for you to score. Um, you didn't do anything wrong there. It just has to do with your rank and how much time you have played. You just weren't able to read it to put it on net, but no big deal. It gets a 50 up. I go. The only reason I challenge here is because there was nobody that could beat me. I get a terrible touch though, goes to the corner, you retrieve the ball, I play second man, he bangs it downfield, I just go to intercept it, and I play it to this corner on purpose. The reason I play it to the corner is one of the harder places in the game to score from. Because if we go in net and you look at the angle, how sharp of an angle if you're in that corner to score? It almost has to be perfect. So a corner is a safe place to take a ball. So I purposely take it to the corner. I realize that he's going to beat me, regardless if he gets a touch or not. I can't take the chance that he's going to miss. So I'm going to rotate up the wall and cut back this way to play defense, and I'm just going to shadow him. So he misses, I rotate. I'm behind, you're first man, I'm second man. You get the 50. I just bang the ball away. Now, if you notice, after I bang the ball away, I'm still applying pressure to them. Because by me being here, I can take advantage of any mistake that they make, and I also make it so they can't play it towards the corner. He plays it across. As soon as they play it across, the only way for me to attack this ball is to shoot completely across the field. I literally have to drive all the way across the field and look at the angle that I'm going to take. My only real option, unless they're not there, is to pinch the ball, which is never a good option. So as soon as it plays across, it's never good to chase the ball all the way across the field. So this is your ball to get now, and I'm going to rotate back. So you see I'm rotating back. I'm waiting for you to go, and you just go in reverse the entire time. I rotated back, so I had you covered if you missed the ball. You should have challenged at any of those times, but you didn't. You missed there. I played into the corner again. Get a follow-up touch that's bad. You pre-jump and miss. They play it, so I have to rush back. I get the save. Now I'm awkward in the net. This is 100% your ball to chase. That touch is very questionable. So you chase this ball. There's nobody around you. You did not have to rush a touch. You could have, instead of going straight into it, you could have came a little bit wider and hit it here and played it slower. And look at all the field that you have to play with. They're rotating back, so you have all that space. Instead, you opt to just hit it into the wall, and the ball's going to go wherever the ball's going to go. So you do that, you stay with it, play it past him. This was the weird passing play that you try to do. Nothing wrong with the passing play, it just wasn't executed right. So you play it off the wall, you get it here, you see me and you try to pass. It wasn't hard enough. I recognize that you're trying to pass, so right here I'm waiting for you to hit it hard over into this side. Instead you follow it, and then you get a hard touch last minute that I wasn't expecting. So we both went for the 50 because we didn't expect that last hard touch. Goes to the corner, he gets possession, I'm out of the play, you need to attack this ball. It goes over top of you, I get the save. He bangs it. I'm chasing because I notice you're out of position. This was another time that you did something really weird. So I'm here to collect the ball. I have control of this. Nobody is on me. These guys are not pressuring me at all. They're rotating back, and you decide to attack the ball on the wall and try to pinch it and take it away from me. So then I was like, okay, he attacked me. He apparently wants the ball, and then we both sit here because we don't know who's going to go for it or not. So just, I mean, not to point a bunch of fingers or anything like that, but just you attacking there and going at the wall when I had control was just bad. Should have never done it. And then two, it made me think that you wanted the ball, and then we sat awkwardly, and now we're pressured again because now it gave them time to recover. They should both be full boost, and they're attacking us. So clear it away. They both double commit into the net. You've got all the time in the world. Missed the ball a couple times. Try to slow play it, just not executed well. That's just, you just need to practice more. That's all there is to that. Nothing wrong with that decision, though. I get the 50. 50 goes down. I'm pressuring it. The only reason I cut back here is I'm following this ball and I pressure it, and I realize how far away it is. So I decide, instead of jumping off the wall, arrowing, and trying to get a solid hit on this, it's better if I just don't overcommit myself and go for it, especially considering you're so far back. So I'm just waiting on this touch. He gets a bad touch. I accidentally side flip. You defend good. That was a good defense. He bangs it, so I'm just waiting. I collect the ball, go to chase it, he hits it again. This whole time, you're kind of sitting in no man's land. You should really be somewhere around net, back post preferably. If you don't know what rotations are, back post rotation is just where you rotate to the back of the net because it gives you full coverage of the net, and you want to be on the opposite side that the ball is on. So with the ball being on our left side of the field, you want to be on the right side of the net. If the ball was on the other side of the field, you just want to be on the side of the net because that way you can see clearly where the ball is going and you have all the space that you need to make a save. But you're kind of in an awkward position. You chase and get a pinch that happens to work, but still not the best play. I just clear the ball away. He hits it up. This is your ball to get. You collect it. You did not need to hit it there like you did. You could have just collected this ball, caught it on your car. Catching it may be a little bit out of your skill level, so you need to practice catching the ball. But you could have just slightly touched it and rolled it, but instead you decide to flip into it, which passes it right to Optimus Pine. He happens to miss, so his partner picks it up. You chase it past, not a bad play. You play it in the corner. I'm just waiting for a pass here. I'm sitting waiting patiently. I see it go. You're rotating back. I set up another pass, but okay. I set up another pass, and you're all the way back on our side in net, basically. So you're nowhere to receive this pass. He hits it away. This is your ball to get, and you're just kind of sitting there trying to figure out what to do. He gets the bang on the wall. I can't do anything here because of where you're at. So look at how long you just sit still. You're just thinking about what to do, and I can't go because you're right in my path of where I need to go. Collect the ball here, flick over him, and this is where I score. So we can watch the remaining 20 seconds, but it's kind of pointless because no more goals or anything like that are scored. Basically, what you need to take away from this is just you need to learn to rotate properly and remember what each person's job is. So, like I said, the first man in rotation is to attack and try to set up a goal, if not score the goal on their own. The second man is to look for a pass or look for an opportunity off of a play to take control of the ball, and they become first man as soon as they do that. But the second man's job is also to defend the net. If you're not in comms with somebody where you can clearly call out what you're going to be doing or what your intent is, a good rule of thumb is if you see first man flipping backwards or driving away from the play, that means he is rotating back and it's your chance to go and you become first man. And you're constantly swapping the roles of first and second man. And that's about it. If you have any questions, just hit me up on Discord, man.